Hello and welcome. So now we're at the place where we actually get to run the Ultra Clean Warp Gate. This is fantastic. We're going to have also a little technique to help you build that ability to communicate with the non-physical, because it's a critical skill that you're going to want. And the Ultra Clean Warp Gate is a great way to get the feedback of like, hey, am I on track? Am I not on track? So we're going to jump into that too. So kicking off the Ultra Clean Warp Gate is super simple. All you have to do is say ultra clean, not what you want to clean. So you can say ultra clean my aura, and then breathing into your heart chakra in my highest good. And it's that simple. So just be like, and we can try it now. Say like ultra clean my aura in my highest good. And you just take a moment to feel that. Just feel the change from before of like, oh, you can feel it. It's going to be running for, 4 to 12 hours, clearing out that trash, and you can feel it going. And if it gets a little intense, you just say, okay, run at 1/2 power, run at 1/10 power, slow it down, right? Because it doesn't need to be intense because it's running in the background so you can go along with your day, but just feel it going of like, okay, that thing just kicked off. I'm feeling it. How it kicks off is not important, but we'll also realize that we're removing this. It's like clearing out the aura. So the stuff that's going is going. And we don't want to be attached to it. So stuff starts coming up and just be like, okay, it's leaving. And like have that tension, like, okay, you're going. So that's simple how we kick off the Ultra Clean Warp Gate for the aura. And now we're also going to do, we want to play with this a bit, is we're going to do like your aura in sections, right? And we're going to play with this thing called getting a read, to where you kind of want to get, like have your body give you a sensation, give you some type of like, you're going to build that communication as to like, what's going on in the non-physical, where you could ask questions. You can ask questions like, oh, what is it for this? Or do I do this? Yes or no, right? And your body will give you a feeling. It can give you a light feeling, like an expansive feeling, or give you a constriction. It's like, oh, maybe constriction's a no, expansion. Oh, okay, yeah, to do that, right? Or it can give you like, sometimes you have a facial, like you'll like kind of get a read or a pull or something of like, oh, that's a yes. Allow your unconscious to start building that thing. And the Ultra Clean Warp Gate really gets help to do that. So, right. So how we're going to kick that off is we're going to say like, kind of like anything in my aura that needs like be cleaned out in front of me, right? So think of it kind of like 45 degree, like just in front of me, is there stuff in my aura that needs to be cleared out? Like that question, is there stuff in my aura that needs to be cleared out? And feel if you get a sensation, like what's the sensation of like a yes, of like yes, or maybe if you just get blank, like, okay, maybe that's a no, right? And then we say ultra clean in front of me, like with that intention, it's going to be out here like this. In my highest good. Then we feel what happens. And then if you start feeling a lot of sensation of like, oh my gosh, something kicked off, then yeah, there was stuff in front of you to clear out, right? But you want to get that read of like, did you get a yes? When you said, is there stuff in front of me? So you could have said like, is there stuff in front of me? It's like, no, I don't get anything. Then we run the warp gate and you find out of like, whoa, there was stuff running, right? Or not. And we're just building that, like, because it's going to kick off a lot. Right? And you also want to pick up to be able to say that, like, hey, wait, is there this in my aura? Because eventually we're going to build that communication where you could ask, hey, what's going on here? Because you want to have that to where, because if it's all bogged down, that's going to, don't worry, don't feel like you need to get it right. We're just practicing. Because once you get it all cleaned out, then when something comes up, you want to be able to sense it, like, oh, okay, do I need to keep? Oh, don't need to keep it, and you flush it away, right? And that's where that aura starts engineeringly working the way you want to, where it is a buffer, where it just holds that for a second to be like, oh, do I need to? Oh, I don't. Okay. That was someone's projection. That was someone's attack. Oh, I don't need that. It doesn't affect you, right? Versus just getting stuck there and then coming in and then stuff sneaking by and you didn't know it was coming because you're paying attention to all the trash here, and then boom, all of a sudden you feel terrible because something hits you from behind. Something tricked you, right? And it's actually not part of your life. It's actually you got attacked. But having that clear aura helps buffer a lot of that, and you can see, because not only is it you help protect against attacks, you see what's attacking you, and then you can address it and be like, oh wow, I'm attached to how that person perceives me. I'm gonna remove that too, and then now all of a sudden they can't even attack you. So it's super powerful to be able to get this read. So we're gonna practice with that. So then we'll say like, this for me is my right, for you it'll probably be a left because it's flipped in the camera. But you just say like, all that's in my aura that needs to be released to the right of me. And if it's left, you can flip it and just be like, hey, is there stuff in here? Is there stuff here to be released, right? And I get a yes, right? Because there's always stuff to clear out. But in the moment for what question you're at and where you're at, you might not get that, and that's completely fine. So it's like, okay, is there stuff to be released? And you say, ultra clean my aura to the right of me in my highest good. And then you just feel what happens. I kind of felt on that one, it felt almost like someone waved behind me, pushed through out that way. And it's like, okay, right? And just notice, did you get a read? Did you feel like there was something there? And then did you feel it go or start to kick off, right? And then we're just building that read. And then we'll go over to our left side, which might be your right side, and just be like, you know, kind of get it, you just feel out there like, you know, and don't worry, you're wired for this. Like, you were made for this. You're definitely non-physical. Most of your life and world is non-physical. Like, think of like someone that you love, like passionately love, right? And if I was to say, here, my little mic thingy, I'll trade you this for all the love that you have for them, you wouldn't take it. This is nothing. But this is physical. This is real. But that love for you them is more real, more powerful. But it's all in the non-physical. You can't pick it somewhere. You can't find it somewhere. You can't pick it up, can't touch it. But it's more real, more powerful, because we're just non-physical. That's mostly what we are. And then we have the small physical reality that we've got attached to is the biggest thing, which isn't. But anyway, so just kind of feel out there and see if you notice, just get the feel of like, okay, is there something here for me to release? And get a reading of that. And then just say, ultra clean, my aura to the left, in my highest good. And just notice that. Notice where the energy is flowing. And it's not right or wrong. It doesn't have to do the same as the right does. It doesn't have to do the same as the left. We're just making that conscious connection of like, whoa, I kicked off a work gate. Something is happening, right? And we're letting it. And then ideally, we just like think of a grounding cord connecting the back of your spine down the center of earth. And if there's any place that needs to go, send it down there. Send it to the earth. Earth can handle all the energy that's on the aura and clear it out. So we can just send it down to there. It's like, wow, okay, I sent it down, right? But it doesn't matter where it's moving. We're just at the end of like, okay, flow out that way, but then go to earth, get reprocessed, right? So now we're going to do for behind us. So all that's in my aura behind me, or it's like, is there something in my auras behind me? So we'll do that first check just so you can play with it. If you want to skip that, if you're like, hey, I just want to clear out, just say everything that's in front of me in my aura, ultra clean in my highest good, just get it done, right? Because we don't want to do that anyway, but when we're practicing, you can use this as a tool to play with the read of like, okay, is there something behind me that needs to get rid of, right? You might get a feeling of like, ooh, okay. Then ultra clean, my aura behind me in my highest good. And then just notice what starts happening, because it's a really powerful clearing. So it really should make it easier to notice. Like, and if you don't, do it a couple times, you'll start noticing stuff, right? You're just noticing like, oh wow, I felt like a chill in my body. I felt this. Oh, I felt the desire to twist. I felt whatever it is fine, right? You just like notice, oh wow, I kicked that off, right? Now we're gonna move another one. So we're gonna go below us. You kind of sense below you in your aura. It's like, okay, you do that question, is there something I need to release? Then ultra clean my aura below me in my highest good. And just notice that sensation, and notice that most likely that sensation was different than the left, front, behind. Like, so you start building that like, wow, there are different things in my aura, whether it's in front of me, to the left of me, to behind me. Like, it's getting stored in different locations. It feels different. And you start waking up. It should start waking you up to like, wow, there's a lot going on here that I maybe never paid attention to, right? But now you are paying attention to, and you're radically making improvements. So this is really good. So then we're gonna go above us. So everything in my aura that's above me, I need to be released. Like, or say first we'll do a question of like, is there something? And get that like, okay. And you might even feel like a location too, of like, oh, I felt this somewhere over there or there, right? We're just playing with this. When you say, you know, ultra clean my aura above me and my highest good. And then just notice what you felt. Like for me, it was like a tingly, almost like dispersal, which is completely different than any other ones. Which is like, well, that was interesting. Why was it a dispersal on this one, right? Not right or wrong, just like, oh, cool. That is, you know, it's happening. It's creating. This energy stuff is real. And it's, oh man, and it's amazing. Because when you really get cleared out, the amount of information you can get is, oh, it's so good. I mean, I'm so happy I can't wait for you to have that. So letting the feel stuff come in and go, and like, it is truly epic, amazing. You are truly epic and amazing. And this is opening it for you. So stick with it. But we'll just go a little quick review of like how simple it can be, right? So don't have much time. Just say everything in my aura that needs to be cleaned, I ultra clean in my highest good. That's the basic, simple. Like just boom, let it run in the background. You'll probably feel an uplift, a little bit of boost, but also just be clearing out throughout the day and just be like, cool, right? And if it starts getting intense, of like, oh, maybe you did something big that had to go, you just like, let's run that at 1/2 power, right? It'll be all fine. But then if a little more advanced, you can just do like just feeling. I mean, if you want just clarity, just like, okay, everything in front of me, ultra clean, my highest good. Everyone to the right of me, ultra clean, highest good. Everything to the left of me, ultra clean. Behind me, ultra clean. Below me, ultra clean. This is my little check-in. My check-in to source. And then above me, And that could be the quick one. You just go, whoosh, let's just get it done. I'm moving on with my day. Or get the sense of like, hey, what's out there? And then clean it. And what's out there. So you start building that communication. What's out there, because just clearing it, I mean, sometimes you just want to clear the trash, get it going, get gone with your day, right? Or you want to start playing this world of like, hey, wait, what's out there, right? So that would be where you just feel out there, ultra clean in my highest good. Or you can do like, okay, is there something that I need to clear, right? That's the whole next level, because you want to build that ability to where you can start asking stuff of like, hey, is this in my highest good? You know, is this choice in my highest good? How does this location feel to me? And you'd be like, ooh, maybe I need to avoid that location. Ooh, maybe I need to really be on point because there's some magic that's about to open up for me, right? So we want to get you to that point. And this is an awesome tool to really start practicing getting reads of like, hey, is there something here to me? And you can even play if you want to break it down of like, hey, is there something here I need to clear? Here. Then ultra clean in my highest good. And if you feel it really go, you're like, oh, wow, I got it. I found something. So it's a great tool for you really to tune up your ability to play in this energetic world. But it's also just it's a game changer, super game changer. I had stopped doing it for like 15 days, noticed I was getting sick, and all this stuff was coming up. I was like, oh my gosh, there's this issue, there's that issue, what am I supposed to do? And it's like kind of really overwhelming. And then I was like, well, before I jump into the deep stuff, really go deep, I was like, let me just do this basic practice that I hadn't done for 15 days. Instant lift, instantly felt better. Everything was, because it's just trash built up, right? Just the basic thing, doing the basics is so important. It's like taking a shower. You skip a shower for a day, not a big deal. Don't shower for a month, well, you're gonna start having some health challenges. You're gonna have some stuff show up. So it's kind of like the same thing. That's why I really got like, man, this is so powerful. Even though I was doing it consistently every day, didn't realize the power of it, but it is amazingly powerful, like showering. Like, you know, don't shower for a month and see what happens. And this is like, think how long we've gone without really clearing our auras and our chakras. We'll do chakra tomorrow, but we did our auras. Just imagine how long that's been. Imagine if you didn't shower for like 10 years or your entire life. Oh my gosh. So hopefully that's inspired you to do this. Like I said, this video is long, just playing with it, what you can do, but actually implementing it is very short. So maybe I'll make another video where we can just quickly go through just doing a quick clearing of the aura in the 6 different directions. So if you want to jump to that, like, hey, I just want to clear the aura. I don't want to, you know, always play right now. So I want to clear it, get going. So I'll do that. And until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.